Keeping It Real with Wakenia and Tee. And y'all, this has been an eventful spring season. We've had fun, so we're coming to you because we've done our last episode, which was a bonus episode with the guys,
right?
And we just want to say thank you for the likes, the shares, the comments, and just your eyes viewing what we had to share. Because, we welcomed you into our space. And we hope that we encouraged you in some kind of way with whatever episode that aired. So,
thank you for letting us be transparent, letting us be real, letting us learn from doing this and just enjoying, letting you in.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Well, let's go, girl.
So we did a total of 7 episodes, and it was a bonus with the guys. So that was considered our bonus episode, which we pretty much stayed on timeline. I think we did pretty good.
We did. We made one change overall.
Yeah.
And we did 7, and then 1, which is New Beginnings. That's New Beginnings.
Yeah.
So, and the guys were awesome.
They were. It was interesting once they did that bonus episode because it was not scripted. And I say scripted because they had questions in the first one they did, and so it was structured. Let's say that was scripted.
Yeah, it was
structured.
Scripted. Yeah, none of them have been
none
of them. Just been structured. They may have 3 to 5 questions.
Yeah,
but they've never talked about the answer. We never talk about our answer.
Yeah.
We just, and a lot of times Wakenia and I never even structure. We
just flow, right? So that bonus episode that they did, I could tell they were more relaxed and
honest and real. And one thing I can say, I know we're probably talking backwards, but I can say this about the men. One of them, I think it was Jeff, and it may have been a couple of them actually, when they were talking about thank you for allowing me to be myself. I think it was Jeff, but that's just who the guys are, and I'm going to give them much props. That's where we need to be, women overall. Be ourselves regardless.
Oh, yeah.
Regardless.
Yeah.
Just be real, be yourself, and let people receive you and accept you for yourself. And you'll know when you need to clean up, when we need to work on things. Yeah. So I love that about men.
So out of all the episodes that we've done, what would you say your favorite or one that stood out to you?
I think they're all my favorites, but one that stood out to me was the ladies, the young girls.
Oh, okay. With Jasmine and
Sierra. Because it made me think, what would the 80s and 90s have been had I had their mentality? Where would I have been if I had their mentality and the daringness of it? And we were just talking about structure. Which was probably 10 years off from you, when I graduated and went to school, it was a total different structure than what you see now. They're bold, they're daring, they're not scared of, they're like, I'm going to do this, not I'm going to try this. I'm going to do this, and in 5 years I'm going to do something else. And accepting themselves for who they are right then. I was so busy trying to make myself be who I'm going to be in 5 years instead of being present in the moment and whoever Eterius was in 1982, 83, 84, 86, grab hold of it, not think about it. Yeah. They don't think about it. They just, and I love that, and I love that they knew what they wanted right then. Let's try this right now. Let's not say in 5 years I'm gonna.
Exactly.
They knew what they are going to accept or not accept, and they knew that they didn't need anybody to save them.
Right.
But Christ Jesus.
Right.
But, you know,
right.
they didn't need anybody to save them. They didn't need anybody to save. They didn't need, and I loved
right.
their responses, and I love how it made us think. So,
because I've heard people say, well, they feel like they're not where they need to be because they compare themselves to their peers. Like it's supposed to be a cookie cutter thing.
Right.
Like at this age you're supposed to get married. At this age you should have kids.
Right.
Buy a house and all that kind of thing.
Exactly.
So yeah. And I think that's the difference now. It's like, who says?
Who says?
Who says it has to be that way now?
Right.
So yeah. Okay, that's good.
What's yours?
Mine would be, I think mine is the one with Yolanda and Wanda and Angie. The one about healthcare, health awareness. Because I think around that same time, that's when Isaac had the pulmonary, that went on with him with his health. And so I was more, my antennas was just up and aware, and that situation made me more aware. But then hearing what they had to share, that also like spiked up awareness, and like we share all the time how being having to deal with, and I always say, you know, I was diagnosed with the autoimmune disease, but I don't say my MS. I always say the diagnosis of MS. But being aware that, it's very important to listen to your body, get your checks, and make sure you're doing what you need to do to take care of you. Yes, we believe and we pray to God, and we know He'll do what He will do, but on our end there are some things that we do in the natural to work with His supernatural. That was mine.
It was, I enjoyed that. It was self-reflecting, because like you say, we both have autoimmune diseases, and it made you, when it says listen to your body. Listen to your body. Because I am going to have to go and tell my doctor I will never ever take this shot again. You know, so you have to listen to your body, and you have to tell your doctors, look, no, I know this may work for 90% of them, but I must be in the 10%. I can't do this.
I know what I feel.
I know what I feel.
I know what it feels like.
I know I got to work for some years, but I cannot take 3 and 4 days off every week. I was gonna say every month, but every week, because this is so
making me feel.
But it did make me and to know that everybody, even though I knew the people on the panel all had gone through some things, but when you get people together and they start sharing it, it's like, wow, you're not alone. You know, maybe different ailments, but you're not alone. But selflessly, I could say, God, I kind of wish I was. I don't want anybody to go through that. But we know a man who will be there with you through it all. So, but that was a good episode.
That was a good one.
It was a good episode. I also just like people learning, the one where we had Yaz and Keisha,
the first one
with them was really good, and then to come back and have them with Michelle, that was good. Just for people to get to know us a little better, to know the caring women that we have, the funny women,
the diversity.
The diversity, yes. We all do different things. We all we don't all go to the same church, but we believe in one God, the same God, you know, and to have a good group of women, whether you decided to have a good group, put us, put them together, or it's just that's just the way it
It
is. You
happened.
know that it was God that
Right.
did it. You know,
Yeah.
so yeah.
Okay. So this was our first season. It was a lot of learning and trying to figure out with with recording. You know, there would be times where I would mount my phone. We learned so much along the way. At least I know for me, technically, I learned a lot along the way. Learning how to record with the phone or record on the laptop, and just the every week when we got ready to record, setting up the studio was what I call it. And when Cal came in the other day, her grandson came in the other day. He said he walked in the room and he was like, "Oh, this is where you recorded."
Absolutely, he did. He did. Yeah,
he remembered. He remembered this is where the podcast was recorded.
Yes, he did. He absolutely did. Yes.
So just the learning along the way, and just wanting to let you know, if you are thinking about doing something like this, it's not hard.
Yeah.
You know, I share with people all the time when they say, "Well, how did you start your podcast?" I said, if you got a laptop that can record, microphone, and then they even have the little lapel mics. They're so cheap on Amazon. Of course, you want to get a good one that's going to pick up pretty good, but it doesn't take a whole lot. I thought I had to buy cameras, which I did buy some lights. I only bought 2 lights, and so we have lights that are set up. But for the most part, it's just so simple. And this mic right here, I have had this mic for at least 4 years.
Right.
Never used it. I bought it to record when I was singing in the studio, but I never used it because it just didn't do what I needed to do. So it sat on the bookshelf for a long time until we started doing this, and it's worked. So just to say, if you want to start a podcast, you got a camera, you got a microphone, do it.
Do it. And a little bit of discipline. And what you have to structure it the way you want it.
Right.
Because yours might not be.
Right.
So everybody's is different. Just be yourself.
Be yourself. That's the thing. Be authentic.
And just be disciplined.
Yeah.
And go for it.
Because I look at it as we have social media. We have these platforms where we can share, and there's so much being shared out there that probably shouldn't be shared. And it's like, if you have something that you can share that will encourage, that will uplift, that will help somebody else, do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Motivate.
Yeah.
Yes. Encourage. Love on each other.
Yeah.
And love what you're doing.
Yeah, have fun doing it. That's the thing.
Because sometimes, and I'm going to speak on this, sometimes if you have a job and you like your job, you don't always love your job.
Right.
And sometimes if you're great at doing stuff, it still doesn't mean that you love your job. And I'm speaking very just generic. Mm-hmm. And just because you're good at something doesn't mean you're enjoying your job. Once again, I'm not talking about my job. I do enjoy my job. Mm-hmm. So you want to balance. You always want to have something in life that you enjoy. Mm-hmm. So keep trying things, keep researching things, keep doing things. Don't say, I can't do this, I can't do that. Because if you got the right people in your corner, they're going to make you be successful. And you only fail if you don't try.
Right. Yeah.
So have fun.
And with us, I was going to do it by myself at first. But it's like, why? Mm-hmm. I mean, because I could easily just sit in front of my camera and go live on Facebook Live and talk to y'all and interact with y'all. But I feel like there was so much more that we could do together with other people that would benefit more people.
And plus, y'all would have saw how bougie she is, and she just would have done it by herself.
And you know what?
So we try to balance each other out, and I don't care what she's getting ready to say now.
I'm finna say,
she is much better. I'm going to overspeak her. She is much better and I'm gonna take back the capital B off of bougie. But she's still bougie, and I found out that guess what? Eteria Smith can be a little bougie sometimes too.
And guess who else is bougie? Y'all can't see him right now. Trip.
Oh, Trip's so bougie
Trip
right now.
is bougie.
Trip thinks the camera is on here,
and he laying down here on this rug, and he is just posed, and he even perked up when I said Trip. He held his head up to look.
Yeah, so he's a little bougie.
He is bougie,
but that kind of proves what I said, because
he like it
kind of runs in the house.
It runs in the household.
It's not Isaac.
Not
Isaac is not. Isaac is awesome, and so are you. But she's
bougie, awesome. So we just want to say thank y'all, and we will be going into the summer doing some stuff. We brainstormed a little bit, but we haven't put anything in like official. We haven't like written out our agenda and our schedule, but we will be coming back. So we just don't want to leave y'all with the bonus episode and be like, oh, ain't got nothing else. That's it.
Yeah.
So we are coming back.
I don't know. It's maybe as early as next week.
Maybe.
What's if not, give us a couple of weeks.
And
you'll be hearing from us.
Yeah. Because it'll be July before you know it. Because next week is what? Next Wednesday is the 19th.
Yes.
And then that next week. So, give us a couple of weeks and we'll be back. And
but just to let you know, we've been in the pool. We have been in the pool time, so
yes.
We just thank you guys, and we love you, and we just thank you for keeping it real with us, and allowing us to continue to keep it real. And I told her earlier, but I love my little bougie friend.
I love my friends too.
I love all of my friends, but I love this little bougie person right here that I didn't like when she first came to my job. Yeah, I was selfish. I said my job. She came there. I did not like her, but I love her and I like her. And as the old people would say, I kill a stump about her.
I fight a bear. Okay, don't. All right. But I will say, I think we put this out there a couple of episodes on our Real Conversations. Our Gmail, Wa-Keepin@gmail.com, is out there for you to send us like topics that you want to hear us talk about. Even like if you want us to like have someone on the show that talks about certain things,
topics, just
let us know. Keepinitreal@gmail.com. It's out there, so send us your emails.
And I will say this, it's Wa-Keepin It Real. It's Wakenia Tee. My real name is Terry, so it starts with the Y. And I know most of my family, my classmates, they don't know anything about tea. Mm-hmm. So if you go out there and we'll put a little plug out there with my real name.
Oh, yeah.
So you can reach it that way as well. We try to keep everything linked. Mm-hmm. And we're just looking for better, more things, more.
Because we're still learning.
And please share. Please share.
And we have Instagram. Yes. So it's Wa-Keepin It Real. Instagram. Search. I don't know. Hold on. I'll tell you in a minute. Hold on. I can tell you exactly because it's a unique name because of the underscores. So it's Wa-Keepin _it_real. REAL.
It's Wa.
WAKEEPIN _it_real.
What she said. That's what it is.
I'll put it on the video. I'll put it at the bottom down here for y'all to see.
And Spotify. We're on Spotify.
Oh yeah, and we're on Spotify. So you can go on Spotify if you're the Spotify individual. That's right. And more than likely it'll be on Apple too, because I know a lot of people. Are you on Apple? No, we're not on Apple right at this moment, but it's not
a biggie.
No, it's not.
It's not a biggie. I'll get her on it.
So I'll get us on Apple. And we'll be out there for y'all to just continue to like and share. And I was thinking, and I'm gonna get off in a minute because I could just go on.
She can.
But I was thinking about like even, you know how people say on your YouTube, make sure you like, subscribe, and share. And I mean, it would be good to have those that subscribe and receive the notifications when we post. But my thing is, share it so that people can view it, so they can see it. Because I think it's so important that you see the content and you, because like I use myself as an example. I subscribe to a lot of YouTube channels, but I don't necessarily watch all of the ones that I'm subscribed to. There are certain ones that I go and I watch, and I have notification on, and some I don't have notification on. But if I like it, as opposed to getting the notifications, if it's something that I really, really want to hear or watch, I'm going to go and view it, regardless of if I get a notification or not. Right. So, yes, we appreciate your subscribe. We appreciate your like. We appreciate your share. But at the same time, followers are good. Right. But at the same time, we want you to get it out there to the people. Right.
And please, 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 let us know what you like, what you want to hear about, what topics you want to hear about. Mm-hmm. Wakenia and I are the same people. We do evolve, as you see with our hair.
Yeah, I cut all mine off. It's all whatever,
but we're the same people, and we love people, and so we want to hear what you have to say, any suggestions. We've had people tell us, "Man, you're so funny," or "You're so this," and that's what we want to hear. We want to know how to be what you want to hear, and at the same time being ourselves and keeping it authentic, and real. Yes. And so now I'm going to make her get off because
I can talk. My daddy is named not Yoko Marshall, but my daddy knows no stranger. There is no stranger. Once he meets you the first time, that's it. So yeah, I am like my father. And with Father's Day coming up, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there.
Father's Day. And happy Father's Day to my father who lives in heaven, and my father who passed and is in heaven. Yeah. John Bell. And we love you. I miss you so much. But happy Father's Day.
Yeah. Love y'all.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.